Uh, just for the evidence, just in case. All right, so we still have, I guess, a homework, and the last day is today. Did you do your homework already, Jennifer?
Yes.
And what was the homework about? Can you tell us the topic? What was this homework about?
I don't remember the name. I think that back to a school or opening a school.
Uh-huh. Yes, that is true. What do you say, Luis? What was it about?
I was gonna say that school opening.
Mhm. So what was it what you had to do? Because that was the topic, like, okay.
Yeah, we have to write down why we think that school should open back, and if we think that they don't have to open, why?
Mhm. Right, right. Yes, Andy. What do you think? What did you write? What did you do? Can you tell
Okay.
us at least your ideas?
The topic, like the partner say, was in regard to the opening back school. So my opinion is, especially in the DR, are many school centers that still don't have the handling, let's see, protocol to get back as a normal education. So I understand that parents are inquiring to open because of the economic, the time they are looking back to work, and they don't have time to spend with family. So like before, we have this the option for them to let the kid the whole day back in school. So
Mm-hmm.
now they are dealing with that situation. So for one side, I think that's good because many people think like when you are a teacher, so that you are not doing anything. So they say, oh, the teachers now are getting paid and they have a easily job. No, now they can see what mean dealing with that kind of generation. So
Uh-huh.
yeah. So but in regard to the COVID-19, in my opinion, so school is not only a place to stay, so it's more than that. It's like a second home, it's a family. If we don't follow the rules, if we don't follow the protocol, that will be really, really danger, not only for students, even for teachers and family, because uh, not a secret, the kids are symptomatic. They are not showing any symptoms, and at least they are meeting with another kids, another families. So when they get back home, so they may get in touch with family and so versus that they contact with another person. So for me, we are not ready in a few centers to come back as a presential class. So probably the city, not all of them, but in general opinion, we must wait a little bit. So that may be the end of the line, but I'm still not ready, in my opinion.
All right, all right. Very good intervention by Andy Arias. Very good. Nice ideas. Gerardo, yes, you want to share your ideas too?
Good morning for everyone. I think so. In this moment is not the correct moment for getting back to the school because the government implement the first vaccine and dose for the population.
Mm.
That's why many the little person uh, to this dose. At the same time, the minister of the health and don't have the protocol snow, like tourist sector. That's why the school and you can need something special protocol such as disinfection control, adequate ventilation of the space, monitor for by the management of the public health, and at the same time, the localization
So
the person around the classroom is a lot different in the past because in the classroom there will be have a, for example, 40 person. Now is more or less 20 because they need different space between the person. Is my uh, is my thing about that.
your opinion, huh?
My opinion about that.
Yes, yes, you're right. You're right. Very good. Nice ideas too. Let's see what Jennifer and then Luis. Go on, Jennifer.
For me, it would be safe only if a school use security measure to prevent the spread of the virus, and if the community in which the iPhone has the virus under control.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we need to follow the measures, right? Like the protocols. That's what Jennifer says. Very good. That is true. Luis Espinar Reyes from Montellano. Go on.
Now from Invert. Well, so I wanted to share an idea that I wrote in the homework, and it is that I think that schools are ready to receive the students back as long as the government prepared them with all the necessary measures to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Eh, I consider that this should be enough water in the bathroom for the students to wash their hands with clean hand dispenser in all classrooms and in all hallways so that students keep sanitizing their hands and that the use of mask is mandatory throughout the school grounds and that the students only take it off at the time of go to eat or have a snack. So I consider that way we can prevent the spread of COVID-19 and a student can take their classes.
Right, right. Yeah, very good ideas. Well, yes, you guys are correct. But I have to give you one little information. The Ministry of Health, they said that children between the ages of 5 and since 0 until 5 years old, they are not supposed to use masks. So imagine these kids who go to primary, kindergarten, first, second, third grade of primary, they won't use the mask. The only one who will use the mask is the teacher, because according to their natural development, they're not supposed to use mask. They don't need it, they say. Let's see, Piero, go on.
Yes, teacher. Well, I think that our country is not prepared to the student come back to the school because the government is give us a plan that the father can be sure that the student it will be fine or good in the school.
Right. So yes. Okay, I see Samuel. Yes. Very good.
Yeah, yes, teacher. I consider that this situation, I don't know, the government, I'm not sure that uh, what do they do? I think so, because they present some measures, but for me, it's not secure. I don't know how I say that, but it's not sure. It's not sure because of this pandemic, the COVID-19. We don't know the progress, and now the vaccination, is it effective, is not effective, and
Okay.
it is a matter, teacher.
Right. Now, I have very good, Samuel. You mean that there is no secureness, like assurance? We
Oh
don't.
yeah, yes, sure.
Yes. Listen, how many vaccinations are we supposed to take? Vaccines, how many?
They say three.
Free.
Three? Well,
Two pills, two pills.
two, you mean two shots?
The chose. Sorry.
So yes, two of them, that's what they said, because I got the first one and they told me that in 1 month I'm supposed to take the other. Uh, and you know that they're saying that classes are going to start, not in the whole country, okay? In certain places, they say that classes are going to start the 6th of April. But teachers haven't gotten the two shots of this vaccination. So what do you think?
Question, but I understand that they are trying to reopen it again, but you guys as a teacher, are you receiving the protocol? You have a training how to deal with this situation? Because like I'm first in this situation now, I must spend pretty much the whole day wearing the mask. So
Mhm.
I understand probably for teachers, we'd be really, really hard to spend the whole day talking through the mask. It's not healthy because you are breathing the same air in and out all the time. So how they are preparing for teachers so that they may have a break? What is the training that they are giving first before they are trying to reopen back to normal presential class?
What the Ministry of Education did was a document with a protocol, but there are many aspects there that haven't been taken into consideration. And that's one of the ones you mentioned, wearing the mask all that time. I mean, even if students are divided, imagine someone said, like if we have 40 students, for example, we would take 20 students today and 20 students tomorrow, right? Or 20 students in the morning and 20 students in the afternoon. We haven't decided that. We don't know that. But imagine the teacher there for 8 hours, not even 8, 4 hours talking with wearing a mask, breathing in and out, as Andy said. That is dangerous and risky for your health. So we'll see. We'll see how we do.
Yeah,
Water. Uh,
that's what that's what I say. So like for me, I really facing that situation, and most of the time I say, okay, guys, just give me a break, and I come back. I
mhm.
take 5 minutes and go out and breathe without the mask, and come back. So probably also you need to add for your tongue, so that gonna complicate also more. So or probably they gonna provide you a microphone so that you don't need to speak too loud, because sometimes even you talking like in a normal classroom, sometimes it's hard to
To
listen
understand.
to the teacher to understand, especially if you are teaching another language such as English and French. So that's kind of come to my concern what the government is doing to correct those things, to even get the class as normal, but at the meantime, taking care of the teachers.
Right,
So
right. That's a hard situation. We'll see. We'll see. We're waiting. When they open schools, we are going to check if the schools meet the requirements. Because in the Dominican Republic, we have a problem with water. So the majority of schools don't have water. And when we are talking about water, we're talking about permanent water because people will need to go to the bathroom, people will need to wash their hands, etc., etc. You see? And imagine in a place full of students that you don't have water with the COVID-19 situation. That is going to be crazy. But as someone said, uh, it is possible to do it. The only thing is that we need to make sure that the protocol is followed and that all the needs are fulfilled over there. What do you think, Kidelis, in your neighborhood where you live? Do you know if schools are ready to start the presential class, the face-to-face class?
Yes, teacher, yes. Because the students don't learn in teacher, don't study. They prefer to come back to school. But the
But listen, one thing is that they prefer, but the question is, are schools ready to receive students? That's the question. What do you
I
think?
believe is yes, yeah. So the school is ready to the student come back to school.
Which school? The school where the around your house or which school? You mean all schools?
Around my house in
Oh,
this country.
all right. You mean in the countryside where you live?
La escalereta in there, so don't leave more people.
You know that my wife is from La Escalereta, so I'm going to ask if it is true that the Liceo from La Escalereta is ready to receive students if they have water all the time. I'm just kidding. All right, Samuel, you want to say something? Go on.
Okay, teacher. I think that the schools are not ready yet. Why? Because the teachers and students both have a custom in the virtual classrooms. In one way, we want presential face-to-face classes because this is boring. Sometimes in the virtual classes, we don't learn, we don't have the focus, the same concentration that the the scholastic ground or college ground. It's not the same concentration or it's not going to focus. It's not the same focus in the house in home school
Yes.
that the scholastic ground is amazing the difference because here you have your family, you have really a lot of noises in the neighborhood. It is a problem. Is a problem. But the education minister wants to reopen the
Mm-hmm.
schools, but I think they are not ready. They are not ready.
Right.
They need they need to recover the rhythm the rhythm because
Okay.
they we are for all time in the comfort zone, and we need to recover the back up to the reality, I think,
Mhm, mhm.
and out step by step to the comfort zone.
Yeah, we can. Emily Noraima, yes, very good.
Good morning. I think that I didn't write this idea on my homework, but I already sent it. So I think that we should wait. The Dominican Republic should wait until those developed countries open their schools to see what happens. If something bad happens, then we don't do it because we are not
Right.
a developed country. And if nothing happened, then the government should start preparing their schools. Because as Samuel and my others, uh, mis compañeros, se me fue la classmates,
Corner,
The
sorry.
class.
corner.
We're saying schools are not prepared for being open.
Oh, yeah. Yes, there is an important information. According to the Ministry of Health, you know that the different provinces of Dominican Republic, they have like a percentage of positivity in COVID-19. And they said that to reopen, to think about reopening schools, this percentage has to be at 5 or less. Uh, and right now I'm checking the statistics and I see that, where is it? I see this is the report from the 17th. Today is the 20th. The report from the 17th, and it says that Puerto Plata is 6.68 percentage. That's the percentage. 6.68% in positivity. Um, it was more because I don't know what's going on. This is going down very quick. What do you think about that? Like the percentage is dropping very fast. Is it that the vaccines, the vaccination are working or what's going on there? Because the other day I saw that Puerto Plata was around 10. That was like 1 week ago. And now it's on 6. Is it that this is a daily statistics or what's going on? We have less.
The government working on that.
Do you think so?
Yeah, teacher.
That's going fast. It's dropping fast. Yeah. But as Noraima said, I guess, if you have noticed, there are countries that have reopened schools and they have had to close it again because of the spread of COVID-19. Yes, Andy, you want to say something else?
Yeah, so like Louis is saying, probably if the government provide at school all the necessary material, all the handling protocol to start back to school. But the main issue, like you also mentioned in back the VR, is that we don't have this kind of permanent water system. But a part of this, the main issue I think also is that we don't have disciplinary action. So like we don't really care if we have enough soap, what soap, hands in the bathroom, sanitize alcohol. Probably you care, but most of the time it's not a secret for
Mhm.
like public department. They don't really care if something is getting uh, ending and they need to wait 2 or 3 days to replace it. So what's gonna happen with that gap of time? So it be enough material to prevent all disease. And
Mhm.
like someone said, so they are not learning like enough, like we are comparing percents a class. But remember that school start back home. If parents don't really focus what the children are doing, what they must to do, what is the school schedule, why they don't revise the homework. So that the main focus. Teacher is a guide that go with the student, but back home, the parents are the most important, especially at this time. So why we don't focus first what my kids are doing? So make some schedule. So from this time to this time, you're gonna watch movie. From this time to this time, you must do your homework. So I need to see what's going on. So don't blame like the government, don't blame the teacher. So my kids is not learning because of percentage in class. No. So we must focus, we must help them because they're not gonna focus by themselves. So that's the parents like rules, especially on this situation, because we need to help each other. It's not only focus or and blame the school, blame the government in this issue.
Right, right, that is true. Parents have their responsibility. And talking about that, I have a question for you, Patricia Amonte. You know that parents, someone mentioned this, someone did it already, but you know that the majority of parents, not all of them, the majority of parents believe that teachers don't do anything at school. Like when we are normally at school with the students, teachers believe that we don't do anything. Uh, but what do you think about now? Why are parents complaining about that they are the teachers now?
Well, I think that now that the kids are, you know, homeschooling, they see how hard it is for the kid to, what's the word that I'm looking for? To pay attention.
Uh-huh.
Because for example, when you're on your home, you everything is like harder. You need to pay
Uh-huh.
attention. Everything is like well, my brother passed by, so I'm now seeing him. I'm not doing the what I'm
Uh-huh.
supposed to do. So it's giving the parents a lot of pressure
Uh-huh.
for the kid to understand, have learning, and pass the class, knowing
Right,
something.
right. I don't know if you heard on television or if you read in the newspaper that, or even in WhatsApp or Facebook, mainly on Facebook, mainly, I mean, that parents complained that they were doing the job of the teacher, and instead of paying teachers, they should get paid because of that. So if at the beginning parents said that teachers didn't do anything, why is that they want to get paid for teaching their children if they're doing anything there? I mean, nothing, if they're doing nothing at home. Like teachers didn't do anything. And now you're doing the paper of the teacher and you want to get paid for that. Why? If teachers didn't do anything. That's the question. Think about that.
So now they are facing what the teacher doing. So they know really what mean being like bubbling with, I mean, not only five, there's
Uh-huh.
still lower number for each parents. So you
Uh-huh.
can imagine like teachers have 40, 30 from different location. They have
Yes.
different education grade. They have different, let's see, minors. So they now understand what mean become a teacher. From the beginning of the pandemic, I hear a lot of complaint from teachers. I mean, from parents
Parents.
saying, "Oh, we need to get paid for this. It's not easily to deal with my kids, or why the teacher are doing anything. They're still getting paid for that." But now they are facing what mean have a kid even the whole day because now we have the standard period school. so that spend pretty much the whole day out at home. So now they know what is important to have a teacher. Yes.
After this pandemic, I know that
I think
parents
the
don't think.
government want to increase the salary for teachers.
After this pandemic, parents and families will recognize the value of a teacher.
I think they're gonna make some like kind of public party when they say, "Oh, guys, we're gonna back to school." They're gonna be like when when Las Águilas win and things like that.
Yes,
They're gonna make this caravan walking around the street. I think they're
yes,
gonna happen.
yes, that is true. Brigida, what do you say? Do you have kids in your house? Are you a mother?
Yes, teacher, I am mother, and it's very difficult. He say,
Ah,
"Oh, I don't want the school open anymore." It's difficult, very difficult because he don't want to learn. He don't want to study. Um, I ask, I say, "Oh, I go shop. What do you want?" But I want you to study it. I want you to watch the TV, the program. He don't want. I want the school open.
right, right. You see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Many people, look, when people don't have anything to talk about, they talk about teachers and education. That's what I say. You see many people talking about education, many people talking about teachers, and they don't even have an idea of what education is and how it works. But you know, that's why I don't pay attention to those people. Olaini, are you here today? Are you here?
Yes, teacher, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Where you live, do you have schools around? Is there any school around the place where you live?
Yes, teacher, very close to me.
Do you think that that school is ready to receive students?
I don't see so.
Right. Did you study at that school?
Yes, teacher. My secondary.
The secondary level.
Yes.
Right. And did they have water all the time when you study? Were there water or was there water in the bathrooms all the time?
Almost always.
Almost. That is a blessed school that
Yes.
that they have water almost all the time, because
Yes, teacher.
because in the majority of schools is all the opposite. They have
Yes.
water sometimes. That is crazy. But you know, that was the topic. You see, I wanted to have like an idea of what you think about, because this is very important and this is a topic that we have to talk about. Like, we are not only talking about the students, because as someone said, COVID-19 affects young people, but it's not, maybe they don't feel anything, right? Someone said asymptomatic or something like that. But if they bring COVID-19 to your house and you are not that young, you see, you're gonna get COVID and nobody knows how serious it's going to affect you or affect the people in your house. And that is something risky. Hopefully, the government gets the vaccinations for everyone. Like, hopefully in 6 months, all of us will be ready. But there are people who don't want to get the shots. Like, people don't want to get the vaccination because they are afraid because of the secondary effects and all that. And what they do is that they prefer to stay the way they are and not getting protected from COVID-19. What do you, I have this question for, okay, before we finish, because we have 5 minutes and we are going to finish. I have this question for, give me a second, let me check the names. Yes, this person participated. Right. What do you think, Jadelkis, about these people who don't want to get the vaccine? They say they are afraid that they're not gonna do it because they don't want, because they don't know the secondary effect, etc., etc., etc. What do you think about that? Jadelkis,
Yes, teacher.
are you here?
I think it is necessary for us to protect ourselves. So I think it's necessary to, como yo digo, vacunarse, teacher.
To get the vaccine?
Yes, to get the vaccine.
Yes. Yes, it is necessary. I did it. I didn't even think about any secondary effects or anything because I know that I'm going to die one day. Not now, hopefully in 100 years, but I know I will die one day. And if the vaccine prevents me dying from COVID, I'm sure I'm gonna get the vaccine. What do you say, Piero?
Yes, teacher. I think a deal to the government, it's going to give the vaccine before open the school, the public school, because we have to preserve the life of every student. And I think that every day give a mask because it's a public school that they are people that have money, but they are not people that have the money to buy a mask. That
Yes.
I think that they have to do a plan.
So the government, within the protocol, the government
Yes, a protocol.
buy the mask, right?
All right.
Yes, yes, that is true. That is true. That's true. But just to finish, I want to tell you that the reopening of schools, you see that they're gonna do it that fast is because of the pressure that the private sector applies to the government, you know? And there we have the enterprises, we have food, we have gasoline, we have transportation, and we have many things that you don't imagine that get money from the education budget. You see, that's the feel of the government that has more money. And you know, if schools are not open, you know what happens? The money is frozen and the economy is affected, of course. And that's what it is. So that's it, guys. We have, look, there are many people here that don't participate. I cannot be calling your names. Like if you do your homework, you can raise your hand and I'll give you the opportunity. There will be another homework, but that homework will be from Monday on. So get ready, finish this one because today is the last day. And if you don't do it, you know you lost 5 points. 10 points, I guess. Let me see. Yes, 10 points you're gonna lose if you don't do it. And those people, I said those people who, oh, okay, hold on. Yes, now it's good. Those people who are not doing homework, be careful because the homeworks in this subject are from 5, 10, and 15 points. For example, we have a few people here who are missing 3 homeworks, people who are missing 2 homeworks, and guess what? If you are missing the grade debaters or the news report, that's 15 points each. If you miss the 10 million pesos, that's 10 points. If you miss back to school, that's 10 points. I told you at the beginning there is no exam for this subject, and that's the reason why we give many points to every homework. And we are almost at the end because remember, we only have 10 days from March and maybe 2 weeks from April. And when I say 2 weeks from April, remember the Semana Santa is coming and we're gonna have 1 week without class for that. So be careful. So that's it. Do you have any questions before we finish?
I mean, I don't have a really a question. I'm just in regard to the missing homework. The last two that I'm still need to update it on the platform. I mean, on the print. That was the one I explained the situation with my cell phone that was completely shut down. So I'm still figuring it out when I have all the information, but I didn't want to take my decision and do it by myself. That was the reason I just wait and I ask you first, because I don't want just pretend that like, okay, just let me upload it and that's it. No, I need to ask for permission first.
Did I tell you to send it?
Yes, you told me to
Oh.
upload it on the free both of them. Yeah, because like I send your pictures and also
Yes.
what was the situation with my phone and things like that.
All right, don't worry then. If I told you, that's fine, no problem. I will have to check that because I see that I haven't corrected 2 of your homeworks. 2 of them.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I will upload it as soon as possible, both of them.
All right. Yes, but you want.
It's not about this subject, but I just wanted to know, are we having exam next Tuesday for phonetics?
Yes. Yes, we do. We do
Okay, perfect.
exam next week. All right, so then
Teacher,
uh-huh.
yeah. The topic that we have then the exam next week.
For which
All right.
subject? I don't know what Piero asked. Guys, if you have a question from another subject, write on the group from that subject and I will answer the questions for you. So I will see you later then.
All right, have a nice weekend.
Bye.
You too.
Have a good day, teacher.
All right, you too.